most people already understand, even if politics rarely talks about it plainly. The two things that shape daily life more than almost anything else are where you live and how much of your time work takes from you. Housing is where life happens. It's where you sleep, recover, raise kids, and try to plan a future. Work is how much of your time you have to give up just to keep that roof over your head. When either one becomes unstable, everything else starts to dip. Healthcare turns into emergency care because people put things off too long. People stop showing up to community meetings or local events because they're exhausted and overwhelmed. Mental health suffers because living under constant pressure is not how humans are meant to live. A community cannot govern itself well when a lot of people are one bad month away from losing their home. That's why my main proposal is the Minnesota Housing Sovereignty Act. The housing crisis isn't complicated, folks. We've allowed housing to be treated like an investment product instead of something people need to live. When housing is run for profit first, prices rise faster than paychecks, and regular people lose control over their lives. You can do everything you're told to do, work full-time, follow the rules, and still feel like stability is always just out of reach. This proposal treats housing like what it really is, basic infrastructure. The idea is to build homes at cost and make sure the people who live in them own them. The state would finance modern, efficiently built homes using newer construction methods like 3D printing and structural insulated panels that reduce waste, speed up building, and lower overall costs. The homes would not look the same. People would be able to choose their own custom designs and layouts within safe and affordable standards, so families can live in places that actually feel like their own. Ownership stays with the residents, not investors. The goal is simple and practical. Homes people can count on for decades. When housing is stable, a lot of other problems get easier to solve. Emergency healthcare costs go down because people can take care of issues earlier. Homelessness drops because fewer people fall into it in the first place. Kids do better in school because they aren't moving all the time, having to constantly restart. Communities work better because people have the energy to participate. These are the predictable results of stability. But housing alone isn't enough if people never have time to live in it. Even with a secure home, life is still hard when almost every waking hour is eaten up by work. That's where the Minnesota Workweek Liberation Act comes in. Over the last 100 years, we've gotten much better at producing what we need. But most people are still working about the same hours as we did before the invention of the computer. The benefits of that progress have mostly flowed to the top instead of outward through the bottom up. This proposal is about moving toward a shorter standard work week over time, starting at 32 hours and scaling down through the 2030s as the productivity gains allow. It's about making sure that when the economy automates and society gets more efficient, regular people actually get some of that time back. Time to rest, time to take care of the family, to learn new things, to be part of the community, and live something closer to a full life instead of just getting by and hoping to break even. These policies are meant to work by improving the real conditions people live under and by fixing structures that keep producing the same problems again and again. I'm focused on the basics, what people need to live with dignity, and how to build systems that deliver that reliably over time. If you want a politics that starts from everyday reality, focuses on long-term solutions, and takes responsibility for how people actually live, I'd be honored to earn your support. Thank you for listening, and I'm happy to talk afterward.
Thank you. Brandon King, House Minnesota 20A candidate.